So I found this image created by AI on the internet, and I wondered, can I create anything remotely looking like this using TaleSpire? And can I do it quickly? I mean, if the AI can do this in 1 minute, can I do it in 15? Is that reasonable? So join me as I try to make something kind of like this in TaleSpire in 15 minutes. I'm gonna start by just putting down some nature blocks in order to not have to randomize them later. I'm gonna randomize them now. Not a super important part, but I really like it when there is a little bit of variation in the ground underneath you. So I'm just gonna put these in here, and I'll put one in there. And I'll make it a little bit bigger so that I get a bit more random stuff. There we go. Okay, that's a good start. We do not have much time here, so I'm just gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. Oh, and I didn't make a square, so I'm already in trouble, but let's try to ignore that. I'm gonna build over a lot of this anyways. And this is just to get started, making something that resembles that little castle here. I guess it's a castle and a tower, so that's nice. It's a nice little. That should be roughly the size of what we're going for. Ruined temple is very tempting here. Rural won't work. They're very bright, those pieces, so don't really know. Oh wait, hold on. We do have the tavern, which has this piece, which is kind of close. Oh, it doesn't show through there, does it? Well, that's too bad. Maybe if we just open up a few of these. Let's try that. And we'll add some variation to that later. I like these rocks. Those feel a little bit closer to anything else we can do with what we have. Let's go. I mean, we have these two. I wonder if do they blend at all? Oh yeah, they do. It's not a terrible blend. Let's add a little bit of that so that this looks more like it's been built on and then overgrown. So I'm just going to put a few of these down around here. Okay. Normally I plan more. This is so not planned, but let's see what we can do here. Okay, we're going to put down some rocks here. That's going to be the beginning, and then there's a few on this side. I'm bleeding them a bit into the ground because the walls are not full height. So I'm going to try to be true to that. So I'm going to put one here, and have one jutting up here, and then we end. I can't see on that side, so that'll have to do. There's some very ruined walls on this side, so that's pretty quick to put together. I'm gonna even randomize them a bit there. We are allowed to do that. And then there's is that a little gate? I see the AI is just very weird right there, so I'm gonna put a gate there, and hopefully we feel good about that later on. And we're gonna fill this in. Actually, that's not the right piece. We're gonna use the proper pieces. I always have a hard time with that. Oh, no. No. Come on. There we are. Okay. It's a little gate, just like in the image. And then we need something chunkier. So we're gonna go with this piece right here. And it's inset a little bit, like so. And we're gonna just put in a lot of rocks here. There seems to be another wall here, so I'm gonna just define it to begin with, and then we'll always change things up a bit later. There we go. Okay, we do need a tower here. I'm gonna start that. The clock is ticking. Gonna make it not as big as perhaps it looks like in the original. And the reason for that is whenever you make stuff in TaleSpire and tabletop, you can do it in any size you want to. There's no hard or fast rules for what format you need to make it in. But I'm always trying to make it in the size that I imagine it would appear in on an actual table, because the scale of the props is mostly made with that in mind. For that reason, I tend to feel like I get a better result when result when I do it that way. So let's see. If you agree, leave a comment. If you don't agree, also leave a comment. I'm always very happy to hear from you. Makes me imagine that I didn't build this all by myself, all alone. So thank you for watching. Okay, let's see here. I want to give this tower a proper height. We need a window. And ooh, we do have a window. That's nice. We'll put a window on this side too. We'll say that this is a floor with windows right here. And put that together. And then we're gonna fill things in again. And do we do... Oh yeah, corner pieces. Corner pieces are great. Oh, there is a window on this side too. I'm just gonna ignore that they're not centered. That'll have to be okay for us. Now, I see there's a larger window higher up, and again, this was generated by AI, so who knows why they did that, but let's see. I'm gonna see if I can do a floor here. Nah, we're gonna put in the floor later, if at all. I don't know if we're gonna have time for it even. And technically this kind of tower, I don't know how many floors you would have inside of it. Okay, let's see. Where's that big window? Come on now. Clock is ticking. This is very high pressure building here. I'm gonna put a large window on all sides here. And we're gonna continue this up like so. And put these in. Okay. And oh, and then it increases in size, and we do not really have anything for that. So, you know what I think we're gonna do? I think we're gonna try to solve it by creating a layer like so. Bear with me. Fill it in here, and then we will use these to create a sort of I don't know what those are called. Are those crenellations? I need to watch more castle videos. Let's see here. I'm gonna put these around. I promise it'll look better in a second. Like so. And that allows us, I hope, to create a bit of a tower top here. Let's see. We just enlarge it like so. Can open it up here. Okay, so there's like another layer on top of that. So let's see, can we put that on the outside? No, we can't. Not with that piece, but we can use this piece. That's actually gonna work. Success. That brings joy. Okay. It's gonna overlap. We're on the timer. We're on the clock here, so we're gonna just put it together. Okay, here we go. Putting these. Okay. If we put these around as well. Oh no. Okay. I do have a fix. There we go. And Oh, this is this is so quick and dirty. Oof, it pains me. But we are fighting the machine here. And then we just double and bring this up as well. And it kind of works. Okay. And there's also... Oh, this one is actually a little bit higher up here. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring in the castle ruins for the floor. And actually, we need to see what we're doing here. So we're going to bring it down. And then we're going to just fill in the bottom, like so. We're going to use this one, like so. Then we have something a little closer to the original here. I noticed that there is a piece there, but I don't know if I can fill that with anything. This one maybe. Not great, but we're gonna go with that. Okay, 1 o'clock. I do see that we have that thing, and I need to check my time here and see how much time we have left. We have 3 minutes left. Okay, that's 4 if we are generous. So I'm gonna take the time right there. Okay, what can we do? We need to create a wall, and that comes with this piece. It's kind of hard to see what's going on there, but I think there's a gate over there. It's a bit taller than the other one. It doesn't fully make sense, but I guess it does. So I'm just gonna make this piece like so, and then we fill that in with a piece right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Oh, is that right? 2, 3, 4. Yes, that is right. It doesn't look like it's right, but it is right. So we're gonna go with that. All right, and then we need to fill in a little bit of this gap before time runs out. And that one is pretty easy to fill by doing so. I'm not gonna get much of a roof there. That roof doesn't make sense anyways, so I'm gonna say no to the roof. Let's go around on the other side here. Let's put on the K to see the lighting a bit more. And let's fill in a little bit of this, like so. I'm just gonna try to break the repetition here. Maybe with another piece, like so. Okay. Well, that's very repetitive and very sad. Can we fix that? Maybe with a piece like so. Ugh. Not great, but I think that's all we're gonna have time for. Oh, maybe. Will this help? Yes, it helps. Okay, and then finally we need a piece over here too. And here we're gonna do the same little trick with it. Like so. And there we are. And I think we can probably... No, it doesn't have much more than that. So, okay, I think that is roughly around the 15-minute mark for what we could do. Is it better? Okay, wait, 14 minutes, 13 minutes. Is it better? You be the judge of that. But let's see what we can do if we give ourselves a little bit more time here and see if we can truly bring it to life. So bear with me here as we fill in some things. First of all, we're going to put in some staircases here that I see it has generated, almost as if there was a structure there in the past. I guess that is what I like about AI, is that it does tend to do very random things, which can make for more unexpected stuff. So that's nice, but it's also a bit confusing, right? So yeah, it's up to you if you like that or not. I'm gonna put down some rocks right there. And let's see, I think we also need a bit more greenery around. Just gonna fill that in with this standard stuff. Like so. And that's not too big, so that's good. Let's see if we can put in a bit more of stairs and other things. I think using a little bit... Oh, could this work? Yeah, we could maybe do a little bit of dungeon cellar here and there. I think that will add a little bit to the palette. I want to make sure that you're mixing things here and there, just so that it doesn't feel too monotonous. And I think players appreciate that too. Can we mix in this a little bit? Might be too dark. Yeah, it's not terrible. It kind of suggests that the place burnt down. This is coal, or it's rocks or whatever. So I'm gonna put a few around. Just not be too worried about it. It bleeds in nicely. And then what I was actually looking for was the ruined temple. There we are. It just has these really nice pieces that I like to use whenever I can. It also has these pieces, which are kind of nice to have. And let's see if we can add a few of these around. It's always nice to suggest that it wasn't just all gray originally. Gonna drop in a few of these, see if they... yeah. We're gonna put plants on top of this, so these will look better later on. There we are. Oh, and this top needs a little bit of love, I think, so let's see, what can we do with that? It'll probably be the castle ruins. You can put these on top here, for example. Yeah, that's not terrible. Let's use that. Can do the same here. Yeah. And we'll add a few around here as well. On the inside here, we should add a few. And maybe there's a little bit on the outskirts of this tower too. Like so. Okay. Now what we need is also some nature and trees and things. So let's see here. Oh, before we do any of that, let's add a bit of rock and randomness to it all. Here, for example, can make it look as if the walls kind of caved in on themselves. And add a little bit of thickness to that wall. And I do remember we mentioned we were gonna give a bit more love to this wall as well. I'm gonna take this off, put in a window, and then break things down a little bit. Maybe we even do this as a suggest that the wall was thicker originally, like so. And make some variation in the height on that wall. It's always about making your players keep guessing on what was pre-built and what was not. As long as they don't build, they might not be able to see all the repeating pieces that you are using. Let's see here. And we're going to fill in this wall a bit more as well. Maybe with this piece. Again, they're making an AI inspired thing here, so who knows what it really is supposed to look like. That's better. Oh, I wonder if I could make the yeah. This is a time where I would actually use this. Just to give that variety. Put in one of these. And one of those. And suddenly we have something that, you know, suggests that this structure was a bit more interesting than just straight walls here and there. Okay. I'm still tempted at adding a little bit more stuff here, a little bit more elevation. Give the players something to stand up on if they have a showdown, for example. You never know when there's suddenly a battle breaking out, right? There we are. And I think it is time to bring in those trees and things. Oh, and of course the rubble. The rubble! So these pieces are always great for that. I like to try to fill in the gaps around where there are corners. Kind of blend things together even better. And sometimes just filling in these pieces as well. Here we are. Oh, we definitely have to have some of this on this side. And by just doubling up this piece, you can make it look more random than it actually is. It's just the more you use of it, the more it blends, which is nice. This is also a great piece, especially for filling in corners and edges. Remember, if you make, instead of having straight edges like this, if you just go in and add a little bit of extra, it just helps everything feel like it all belongs together and was built. Built with purpose. Here we are. And I think we're gonna go one more round with these. On this side too. I know it gets busy, but I'm trying to make sure I don't make it too busy. For example, I put the rocks around the walls. I don't put too many of them elsewhere. It just helps keep things together, helps with the visual consistency of things. So bear that in mind. And I'll put one of those in there. And there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit of wood here and there, especially trying to break up those harsh square corners. Anything you can do to avoid it looking like Minecraft, I think, is a good thing. So there we are. And it is time for nature. Nature indeed. Let's put in a rock here, just to have a bit more variation. And that's one rock. And maybe we can even suggest that this tower was built a little bit on some sort of rock formation here. Maybe we use this rock as well. There we are. It's not much, but it's something. And then it's time for some foliage. I like to use these green little lumps to suggest that things have overgrown a bit. I wish we had more of these. Oh man, I do. But here we are. We use what we have. Like so. Maybe even between here and here. And just remember, use your middle mouse button to rotate it, and then use Control and Shift to keep things where you want them and place them where you want them. Here we are. Maybe a bit of moss on the sides here. The original is very mossy. I don't really have the ability to... I mean, I do, but it's so tedious. It's... I don't know if it's worth our time to make it super green on the sides, but we'll do what we can here with as little time as possible. So, let's maybe... Okay, starting to look a little greener. Let's put some of that green... Oh, we have a hole in the... I mean, that's neat and all, but let's use the castle ruins here and kind of create this broken floor. I think that's exciting. There we are. And maybe one of these on the side. Like so. Oh, we don't have a single one of those, eh? Alright, we'll just do it this way. And we'll do the same over here. Like so. It's not terrible. Okay. What else here? I was wondering if we could... No, that's not gonna work. So what can we do? We'll come back to that. Let's put in some trees. And I know there are a bunch of trees around the building. I'm not gonna do too much of that. But we will put in a tree here. Hold down X to let it grow like so. Still not a big fan of the trees we have available. I feel like they could be much better. I would love foliage without the stump on it, for example. That would be nice. But let's see what we can do. I'm gonna put some shrubbery on this one. And even on this side as well. Give the players some of the ability to sneak up on this place. Let's create some taller ones here. Maybe we'll even do it more like so. Yeah, maybe we do that. And let's put in some of it on the side here. Like I said, I'm not interested in taking the time to create a super lush castle here, but there's a couple of these we can do pretty quickly. Oh, what am I doing? I want the players to stand on that, so that won't happen if I fill it in all the way there. There we are. And we're just trying to make it feel a bit overgrown here, right? So by bleeding these trees into the ground, I can create the illusion of bushes, even though they're technically not. And there we are. Can grow these. That's the benefit of having very thick walls like this. That gives you the ability to make it mossy very quickly, which is great as well. And I'm gonna make a bit more on the outskirts here. Yeah, like so. Always trying to make room for the players to move around, so the more spaces you can leave for them, the better. I think the problem with the original map is that it's a little dull in that there aren't a lot of places to hide and so on. So we're gonna rectify that by making a wall on the inside here. And let's see what we can do. Oh, can we use some of these, for example? I'm just gonna build up on that and make sure that there's at least one wall to hide behind for our daring adventurers. Yeah, I definitely think that really helps this place. Let's make sure that this is not entirely straight. There we go. And maybe we bring in some of the moss on that too. Oh, where's it gonna go? It's gonna go there. Okay. And there. And well, we have some moss on that already. That's all right. Okay. That's not terrible. We can also create this on the outside. That's closer to the original. And the players will have to figure out how to get all the way up there. But I will create a small little ledge here for them to stand on if they are. Then the chances of them falling and breaking their neck isn't so high. Because we don't want to do that. We want to give them a challenge, but we don't want to necessarily kill them right away. There we are. And like so. That gives us something in there. Oh, maybe we should put a little bit of debris inside of this place as well. And oh, I do see we're seeing the rock through all of through the floor there, which is fine, but we can cover that with just some rocks and debris that has fallen, and of course we need some debris from the floors. And yeah, I don't mind if there's greenery in here because it just suggests that the tower is indeed overgrown, and those roots will have to just be okay. And same thing here, we can also fit a tree right here in. There we are. That'll just create a little bit of greenery on the outside, which always helps. All right. I think we are close to the end with that. I always like to just go through and look for things, see if there are things I can add. Like, wouldn't it be cute with a little campfire here, you know, for someone who's resting? You can remove that if you don't like it, but I'm gonna keep that in. It's just nice. I wonder why they didn't make a camp in the tower. Who knows? Speaking of the tower, we obviously need to have one chest in here. Maybe it's at the very top here. That's something for the players to find. And let's see what else we can conjure up here. We've got some of these. Oh, we always have to have one bottle of something near the fire. There we are. Maybe a little treat as well. I don't know. I'm just putting stuff together here. Nah, we're not going to use any of these. Grim stuff, I mean, you can always do a little cobweb here and there. Suggest that there's maybe some spiders in the area. Or that it's just very old here, you know? That all works. You can also use this to kind of highlight that, hey, there's an entrance over there. Anything you can use to point out can be helpful. What else? Do we need a statue in here? I mean, we love statues, but I'm not really sure I see a space for a statue that would make sense. So don't overuse the statues. No need to. I always like these little pieces. They always look good to me. Oh, I'm also gonna put in a few more bushes on the outside here. Make it feel properly overgrown. There we are. Put some of these in. Like so. And we have the nature stuff. Could put in some of these to just freshen it up a little bit. I do like these, but I almost never use them, so maybe just a handful of them. Just adds a little bit of color to a map that otherwise is very one note, you know, it's very gray. In the original or the AI generated thing, we do have a roof that adds some color over it, some red color, so that's nice, but we don't have that, so we gotta create our own stuff. And let's put some of this in here. It's always nice. Let's go on the back side too, make sure that we make the entire map feel consistent. Nothing wrong with considering some additional rock things, even if it is just to create a very flat piece, like so. And are there any other pieces? Oh yeah, these shrubberies can be really great as well. Just put them right in the height that you prefer, and then you just click them around like I'm doing now. I tend to place them near corners. You place it where you want to. There's no right or wrong here. And I do love how they're so subtle, but they just add a little bit of that extra, and I like that. So these leaves too can also help highlight things, so I will place them near the 3 areas that I think are interesting. And I mean, it's no biggie, but why not do it? You can even have roots sometimes growing out of old ruins. That's also a way of suggesting that things are getting a little old. A little old. And what else do we have? Ships, signs, treasure. You could put some treasure in here, no. Weapons. But yeah, I think that sums it up pretty nicely. And you can of course change the background to green so that it all fits. And let's see here, the fog is perhaps a little bit heavy for this, so I'm gonna bring that down a bit. Exposure wise, I think we're good at 1. No reason to do any additional stuff. Now for the sky, I actually think it's working quite well, because it's giving you one side that is light, one side that is dark, so that really helps define the structure that the players are looking at, and that's all that light really needs to do. Always play around and see what you can do, but in this case I think this is working quite nice. It helps really define the shape here. We don't need more, so I'm just gonna apply that to the game board. Put a little marker down like so. I mean, you can always have a nighttime version as well and see how that works. In this case, you do see we have that moonlight bringing in, so I'm going to do the same lighting, even though that probably doesn't make sense. I'll still do that. And then we'll increase the light a little bit so that it's easy for the players overall to see what's going on. And then we create a nighttime marker for that. And there you have it. We are done. That'll have to. How much time was that? Let me see. We reached a 40 minutes. Okay, well, I guess AI has me beat, but I'll put this up on Tales Tavern if you would like to try it out, and you can give it to your players. It's a very simple little module if you want them to discover a castle in the middle of nowhere. Why not? Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I am obligated to say that. And if you have suggestions for what I should be building next, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. That is all, and yeah, have a great night. Enjoy building.